Hello, I'm Brian Johnson, joined as always by John Robinson, and we are from Peace of Mind Paranormal Society, and welcome to Paranormal Quests. The purpose of this show is to interview other paranormal investigating teams, find out what they're finding, their evidence, how they got started, what kind of equipment that they use.
That's right, Brian. And today we have with us from Visionsmagazineonline is Tara Ciempa and Joseph Robert Job. Welcome to Paranormal Quests.
Thanks for having me.
Pleasure to be here, believe me.
Now, whose idea was it to come up with Visions, and or where, first of all, did it originate from?
That was my idea. Well, basically, for a number of years, I was having paranormal activity happen right under my own roof in my own home. And this was something regularly, something that would make you lose sleep over, something that had to be dealt with. And this was a number of years ago, so you weren't going to sit down and watch ghost hunters and watch what they do and get some ideas. It just wasn't available. So, you know, what I did was I went online, I did some research. I didn't want to dismiss it because it was too frequent to really dismiss. So, you know, after researching, I decided on getting the K2, you know, getting those e.m.f. readings, and it does work. You know, it's not going to...
Surprisingly so. It's made a little bit of believer out of me. If K2 is impressive. We did get a couple, the communications, throw out a question, lights. Throw out a question, lights. And
What kind of things were you having go on at your house?
that was the door. Remember the door?
Yes.
Cold breeze. Feelings of presence, perhaps. That could be imagined. I don't want to read too much into that, but literally the one test was with the K2 is the question and answer, you know, back and forth. That was the first positive experience I had with the K2. She was used to it. I didn't know anything about it, but I knew it existed, and I knew it was used as a scientific, if you want to put that word, in paranormal investigation, scientific method of trying to get a response. You got to see it for yourself. You got to try it out yourself. Hopefully positively.
Now, would you say you were more of the skeptic or non-believer?
There's no other choice. You got to look at it this way. I'm a writer. I don't write fiction. You know, I've been a photographer. I'm dealing with formulas. I know why things happen. It's just there's a certain way things are done. As far as this paranormal investigation, which we report on, you know, we're not investigators by any other means, you know, by any means of the word, I should say. We've gone out on a few things, and whatever we would back up with Tara's K2 and I'm shooting video, we're reinforcing what the pro teams are doing. So we're there to report. This is what they found. That's our evidence. If you want, again, called evidence. Ours there is just to confirm. Redundancy in equipment is critical for something like this, because anything you would get is so ridiculously vague, you know, and open to a lot of misinterpretation. You know, we want to be very, very careful on that.
Okay. So you two are the reporters, right?
Yeah.
And if I bring you information, let's say I have EVPs or I have pictures or anything like that, if you feel that it's beyond your scope of what you guys know, do you consult with other people in the paranormal field?
Most definitely.
Yeah.
And of course, there are no experts. There's people with varying degrees, some higher degrees of education. They have specialties. They are specialties in electronics, psychologists, definitely. You know, I think again, it's all involved interpreting what you're seeing here. You know, you got to look at what the person, what their background is, perhaps. You know, if they're coming from a religious background, they're going to have a slant, no matter what. You know, my idea is this. You know, if you're going to investigate this, keep it in a lab. You know, keep it as sterile as possible. Repeat the experiment. Simple as that. And that's what we report on. Just trying to make sure the experiment is repeated profusely.
Now, have you ever had situations where you had to bring in experts, you know, whether it be priests, shamans, anything like that?
That's the Ask a Shaman department for Tara, which she initiated to get a lot of responses she was having for the letters to the editor. She wanted to help people, and that's a good crux of what the magazine does, is help and provide accurate information. Tara, I think you can take that one.
Okay.
Yeah, now from the very beginning, I wanted an expert available. You know, this time I thought it was just going to be merely a psychic, but we took it a step further. A shaman is a little different. The shaman we work with, he is in Kentucky, and he's right available there for you on the site. All you have to do is get our emails right on the site, write in with your question, and he'll answer, and he's pretty quick. And he is a paranormal investigator as well. Not all psychics are. You know, some of them are strictly readings. But he is out there in the field, you know, as a paranormal investigator as well. And he presented me with this book, so I got a lot of background on him before we, gave him the title, Ask the Shaman title.
Right.
And Shaman Windwalker has been a great thing for the site. People do like it. They keep coming back. They think of more questions, and he's right there to answer them.
He wouldn't be back if it wasn't working and people were liking what they were doing.
Right.
She gets the feedback, she gets responses, it does help. And he would not be a part of Visions magazine unless Tara backed him up. Tara's name's on the magazine, so, and I'm backing her up, so.
Right.
Again, she's good at the research. That's her agenda. Man, I just write and take pictures. That's what I do.
So would you say the biggest accomplishment of the Visions magazine online is being able to correspond with, other people in the paranormal business, with people who, like myself, if I came and gave you information? I mean, is that what you guys...
Well, it definitely sets us apart, because I'm not aware of any other site that you will write and they will find you an answer, and that's what I'm good at. I will research, and just ask me a question. If I don't know directly, I'll take it a step further, and I do go to pretty great lengths sometimes to get an answer, and I like doing it. It's like, and I learn as well. So.
I'm amazed people just read the thing. We're 2 years out of the gate. There's paranormal phenomenon everywhere. It's the 15 minutes of fame, and we're at 14 minutes 45 seconds here. We just got in there where it was really hot. Is that why it's successful? No. I think it's the quality of the writing, the depth of the writing. I know she'll back me up on that. So again, it's the perspective of the magazine. It's not only people's ghost stories, us backing up paranormal teams. There's alternative healing on there. Again, you're getting into a realm, ghost hunting, alternative healing. These are two niche ideas that are out there, and those subjects bring a lot of baggage with them, both pro and con. So you really got to be careful where you want to roll your dice on it and how you want to report on it.
Right.
Could you give us a little perspective on maybe what you did prior to this, which helps you become a better reporter?
Well, my background is I spent a lot of years working as a legal assistant, and that you get some pretty good writing skills.
It explains my freedom too. I'm kidding, Brian.
Well, on that note, somebody call 911, please.
Prove it. Prove it.